Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, MCC Designs. My name is Marissa and today we're going to be talking about all things pink yarn. In honor of Valentine's Day, I wanted to go through my stash and pick out all of the pink shades that I have and go over them with you as a sort of stash flash of all of my pink, and this is for the love of yarn. So starting off, I'm going to be pulling yarn from the different baskets, kind of with no rhyme or reason. It's a good mixture of wool yarns, acrylic yarns, box store yarns, hand-dyed yarns, like a good mix of everything. I do not discriminate when it comes to yarn. I love yarn, as I'm sure you do as well if you're watching this, and let's get into it. I do like pink a lot, so there's a bit of a lot. Some of this I've made into projects before, some of it has been waiting patiently to be made into something, but here we go. This is the first pink that I have in my stash. And it is Cotton Bamboo from the Lion Brand collection, and it does not have a color on it, but I don't think there's many colors in this line of yarn to start with. So yeah, that's that. And I also have the same yarn in this dark pink color, and I have not worked with it before, but it's super soft and silky and I really like it. So I think I have like a white that I could hold with it and like do a little project for the summertime. But it is a linen and cotton blend. It's 52% cotton, 48% rayon. Super cute. I love those colors. Those particular shades of pink are amazing. The next pink that I have is this Preciosa Tonal from WeCrochet, and it is this nice light shade of pink. It's kind of almost like a tannish pink, like very like more of a like what I would call a neutral pink, that isn't like super pink. I don't know. This is the color Dusty Rose. It's 273 yards, 100 grams, and it is a single ply, and it is so squishy. It is a 4-weight yarn and 100% merino wool. I have made a hat with this before and absolutely loved how it turned out, so I have used this one and I really like that. Next up, we have another WeCrochet yarn. It is Wool of the Andes in the color Blossom Heather. This is definitely a woolier wool yarn. It's 100% Peruvian Highland wool. It's a weight 2, and I like it. It's a sport weight. It has that scratchy wool texture. I have made a few projects with this, and I have really liked it in the past if you haven't tried it. It's very nice. There's so many different shades of pink, and I don't know if I could pick a favorite. I tend to lean towards more of like the terracotta-y pinks, but then like the next one I'm about to show you is literally the brightest neonest pink you could possibly have. So this is a hand-dyed skein of Sorella yarn in the color Shake It Off from their Taylor Swift collection, and you can see, there's like sparkles in it. So this is their Stellina DK base. And it's so pretty, so pretty. This is 75% superwash wool, 20% nylon, and 5% gold Stellina. And it is bright. I really like this color. The intent for this is to be made into a pair of super fun bright pink socks. So that is that one. And let's see. Next up, I have this Upcycle Alpaca blend, and it is from WeCrochet. This one is definitely more of like a deep pink. It's showing a bit more purple on camera, but it is like a deep hot pink. Fuchsia. It's called Fuchsia, so yes, it is in fact fuchsia. Super pretty. It is made, it's sport weight, and it has 33% alpaca, 34% wool, and 33% acrylic. So it's a good blend. It's pretty soft. I have enough of this to make a sweater with, so that is the plan for this one. Next up, I have this unmarked skein of silk sock yarn. I'm not sure what color it is. This is a Sorella oopsie that I got like a while ago, and I just haven't done anything with it yet. I think this is from their Little Mermaid collection a couple years ago, but it's super pretty pink. The yarn is super soft, and I really like it a lot, which obviously I really like all of them because I have them. So do with that information what you will. But this is next up. This one is like pink adjacent because there's like other speckles in it, and a couple of the ones that I pulled will be like that with other colors. but this colorway is called Cherry Blossom, and it's from Arcane Fiberworks. And I have enough for a sweater for this, so that has been my plan up to now. I did start a pair of socks in it though, and I really like how it works up, and it's nice and pinky and has some other fun colors in it. So that's that one. Let's see. And also, if I can link these, if they're still available wherever they're from, I will put them all down below. Try to put them in order so that if you see any that you like, you can find them. So this is the next one, and it is Hawthorn Fingering Weight, and the color Daphne Kettle Dye. I really like Hawthorn yarn. If you're looking for something that's like very similar to hand-dyed yarn and as far as texture and weight, this is a great line to go with. It's typically about half the price of hand-dyed yarn, so hand-dyed skeins. I feel like now they've gotten pretty pricey, even more so than they have been, and it's like 30, 32 range, but these are usually about 14 bucks, which for half the price is a great way to either lengthen the amount of, like if you get one single skein of hand-dyed and more of like this to go with it, then that's a good way to do it. But if you're looking to dip your toe into like a hank skein, I guess, this is a good place to start, because there's also 357 yards and 100 grams in the skein. Also, now that I'm thinking about it as well, usually around this time of year, WeCrochet and Knit Picks does like a massive like pink and purple and red and white yarn sale, so if that's a thing, I'll have that here as well. But that would be really cool, and I've taken advantage of that many times. Next up is a Michaels brand yarn, Loops and Threads. I'm not sure if they still have this. This was new this winter, but they have specialty yarns all the time and take them away from us. If you shop there, you will know what I'm talking about. And this is like a multicolored yarn. It has like different colors woven throughout. It is kind of like a unspun single ply, just with different colors spun with it. And it is the color Pink Crepe, and it's a bulky weight 5 yarn. This is really pretty, and I want to make a hat with this one. I have a couple in this line that aren't pink. I'd like to do a whole like collection of hats, but that one's really pretty, and I really liked that. Up next is kind of a little bit pink, but I just wanted to show it because it was so cute. So these are some little mini skeins that I got while traveling this summer. I went and visited some family in Spain, so I picked this up at a Spanish craft store. So I'm highlighting this pink right here, and this purple, and this pinky orange, because they're just so cute. I love the Fon Bons. I honestly don't know that I would ever even use them. Might put them in like a cute little jar. A little baby guys. Next up are 2 velvet yarns, baby velvet. I don't even know if they make this anymore. I got this on like a super clearance at Joann like a year, 2 years, I don't know how long ago, but it's the light pink and like the medium pink of these colors. The pink dusk is this one, and then this one is pink mist. I used to make a ton of scrunchies and little toys out of these, but it's the thinner velvet yarn, and it was always fun to work with and super soft, so I might get back into making those for the summertime and everything. But that is all of my velvet, all of my pink velvet. And then next up, I have some Hobie yarn, and it is the Happy Place yarn from TL Yarn Crafts, partnership with Hobie. And these 2 pinky colors, which are super fun, like a hot pink and like a lighter version. It's like held with white. I think it's the same color, but this one is held with a white strand as well, if you can see that. And these are the colors 14 and the colors 14 as well. I think it's just 2 different lines. And they're super cute, and I'm planning to make a blanket. I got almost all of the colors in this line to make like a big cozy blanket, like super colorful. If you're familiar with TL Yarn Crafts, she always has the most vibrant colors, and it's so fun to see her color palettes come to life. And I definitely want to use that as inspiration with her line of yarn to make a really cool granny stitch-ish blanket of some sort. So next up is some more of the Hobie yarn. This is the Friends Cotton. It is the Cotton 8-4 mercerized, which just means it's treated so that the colors don't run as much and that it's easier to dye them. So this is color 48, 47, and 44. So these are 3 pinks, and they're currently being made into a fun cardigan for the springtime that I have not shown yet. I have some Stories yarn from Serdar, and this like bright, like almost like orange pink. I don't know how else to describe that, but this is the color Cosmo, and this is the color Pillow Talk. So like a richer pink and then like a bright pink. So those are fun too. I love the Stories yarn. It's like a acrylic cotton blend. It's super smooth, and I've made a bunch of summer garments out of this, and it washes amazing. Like if you're looking for something that'll hold up in like the wash and the dryer, this stuff is it, as far as like my experience with it. So do that at your own risk, but I washed and dried it. It may not say to do that, but it held up amazing. So definitely recommend that. And then I have some 24/7 cotton, which I make my tote bags out of this, and this is the color Terracotta. So it's really pretty, and if you haven't worked with this before, it's a super durable, heavy-duty cotton. It's a worsted weight, and 186 yards, 100% cotton. Really like it. Really sturdy, really durable for things that have like a lot of wear and tear, like a bag would. And then last in my little pink basket is this cake, and I'm not sure the exact color. I think it's lychee pink. I think that's how you say it, from Pearl Soho, and this is their linen quill line. And I really like that, and it's a very, very pale pink. It's almost like the exact color of my skin. So it's super, super pale pink, but really pretty, and I really like this line of yarn if you haven't tried it. It's a little scratchier with the linen mixed into it, but it's a wool linen blend, and I really like that. And I'm making a blanket with a bunch of colors, and this is one of those colors. And I did share about that blanket in one of my podcast episodes, so if you want to check that out, feel free to do so. A couple of these yarns make an appearance in those. So next up is this basket of goodies, and let's see. So to start off, I have some Brava, which is, this is my favorite acrylic line. It's from WeCrochet or Knit Picks. Oops, it's upside down. So this is the color Blush, this lighter color, and then Rouge, sorry. These are really fun. It's bright, lighter pink. They don't have a ton of pinks in this line. I think these might be the only 2. There might be more, I don't know, I haven't checked in a while. But I do really like this acrylic. It holds up well in the wash again. Make blankets out of it. It's a really good go-to for me. But yes, love that. And they're both worsted weight as well. And next up, I have another wool yarn, and this is Deluxe DK Superwash from Universal Yarns. And it's super squishy. Love the squish factor on that. It is a little scratchier with the 100% wool, but it is a DK weight, and it is the color, let's see, Petite Pink? You can see that? Petite Pink, I don't know. But I really like Universal Yarns as well, and yes, I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I don't know if I've said what I'm going to do with everything or not, but possibly a hat, because it is a really like sturdy yarn, if that makes sense. I don't know. Here's this one. Next up is another skein from WeCrochet, and this is their Milhouse super bulky line, and this is another one of those deep dark pinks that is currently also being made into a blanket. I have a million blanket whips. It's a problem. It's okay. And this is a super bulky yarn, and it's super soft as well. It's 100% acrylic, and I really like it. The blanket that I'm making is turning out really well, and it has a nice like shininess to it that I feel like makes it look nicer, because I feel like some shininess can make it look not as nice, and some shininess makes it look nicer. I don't know. I feel like that makes sense, sort of. But so that's that one. Moving along, we have this impeccable yarn from Michaels. This is probably my like second favorite acrylic. This is an older skein though, and last time I went to Michael's, their like texture of the yarn was different for the Impeccable line, so I don't know what that's about. But this color is Soft Rose, and I really like this one. This is a good light pink, like a go-to light pink. Next, I have another hot pink yarn. This one is probably the brightest hot pink that I own. This is an older skein from Knit Picks, back when they had like different labels and everything. This is the color Pucker from Mighty Stitch Bulky. It is so bright. It's like completely blowing out the camera right now, but I love it. And I'm currently making a hat with this. I have 2 skeins of it. One is already in the hat. I just love bright pink this year. I don't know if it's because of Barbie or what, but neon pink is my color. I love it so much. And the Mighty Stitch, I don't know if it's changed, but it's 20% superwash wool, 80% acrylic. It's really, really soft, but I will say that it fuzzes up a lot. Like it gets that like halo. I don't know if you can really see it. It gets that halo effect really easily, and as you work with it, it does pill and like do all that kind of stuff. So beware of that if you're thinking about getting this. And next I have 2 different colors in the same line. It's Drops Air, and it is this really bright hot pink again, but more like a muted hot pink, and then this really light, very almost not pink, like tannish pink beige situation. And these are, I love this yarn. It's so fluffy. It's like a tube of like chainette. Chainette is the style of yarn, I think. It's like a tube of yarn, and then like fluff is puffed into it. Love it. I've made a hat with this one, and I intend to make a hat with this one and a sweater with this. I have enough to make a sweater as well. And this is color 39 and 51 in that Drops Air. And super squishy. Love that. And it's a wool blend, I believe. Alpaca, polyamide, and wool blend. It's really soft, and I really like it. So next up, move my basket here. I have some interesting yarn. It's tape yarn, like raffia. And so it's like a little like papery situation there. And this is Yashi, I believe is how you would pronounce that, from Universal Yarns. And it is 99 yards total. Doesn't really have, oh, it's considered a worsted weight yarn. I don't think so. I would disagree with that, because if you crochet with this, it becomes pretty tiny. So maybe like maybe a sport weight, if we're being serious about it. But is there a color? There might not be a color. I don't know. The light pink in this raffia yarn is this color. It does not have it written on there. I apologize. Next up, we have some Dishy yarn, which is, if you know, my favorite cotton yarn. 100% cotton. It is perfect for, it's like a softer cotton as well. It's perfect for like washcloths, dishcloths, any sort of like hand towel and scrubbies, whatever. Tops as well. I love this yarn for that. It's 190 yards each. This is the color Blush and the color Begonia. So those are super fun. 100% cotton, like I mentioned. You can machine wash and dry these. I've made several washcloths with them. I have a pattern with this, and overall just 10 out of 10. Good, solid yarn. And really I need more pinks in it, because there's only 2, and there should be more. So that's that one. Now I have a unnamed bright ball of like a corally pink color, and I believe this is Impeccable. I'm not sure what color it is. I started like a little granny square with it. Super nice bright coral color. It's definitely Impeccable. I don't know what color. Next up I have another Drops yarn. This is Drops Charisma, and it's like that terracotta-y darkish pink, and it's color 81. And this one is 100% non-superwash wool. Very nice. Has that like scratchy texture to it. If you're into woolier wools, this is definitely a good one for that. Very sturdy wool. We have another Drops yarn, which I think I have more pinks in this somewhere, but I didn't grab it. This is another corally pink, which I'm really into for summer garments to like hold with other colors and make some really fun palettes. This is color 12 and it's 100% cotton. It's a sock weight yarn and it's really nice. I'm really excited to make garments with that this summer. And it is 175 yards per ball and it's drops saffron, perhaps, I don't know, maybe. Very nice. And then I have a cake of another hand-dyed yarn, and this one is from Sorella yarn as well, which it is like a barely there, like very, like it's hard to tell. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It has a very, very light pink and like a sort of light pink leaning beige going on. It's called Noita, and it is their classic sock base. I'm not sure the like yardage. I think it's like 400 some. This is that one. I made some little Christmas ornaments with it. But other than that, I'm not sure what I'll do. Possibly socks or de-stash it or something like that. So there's that. Then I'm getting down to the bottom. Don't worry. Almost done with all the pinks. I have this skein of yarn. It looks a little beat up, but it's Lindy Chain from WeCrochet. And it is a sock weight yarn in the color Blush. And it's very cool. It has like that chainette style. I hope you can see that. And it's very nice, like, and durable for like summer projects. When I say durable, to me that means like you can wash it and it like be fine. So it's like not gonna like, whoops, it's not gonna like come apart. That's what I mean by that. And like it just feels sturdy. But I've worked with this and I've made a cardigan out of this exact yarn. This is just like an extra one I have. I really liked how it worked up. It was a little rough on my hands because it is, I don't know if I mentioned, I believe it's 70% linen and 30% Pima cotton. So that linen is a little tough, so it did dry my hands out a lot. But I mean, just use, you know, lotion, don't work on it for a long time, that kind of thing. But it is a really nice blush pink, which is why it's called Blush. And I think almost all the WeCrochet colors in Blush are about the same color blush, which blush is such a subjective term because there's so many different colors of blush, like coral blush, dark purple blush, but this is what they decided to name this. I've only got a few more left. And next up is this very light pink from Hobbii. I thought it was done with my Hobbies, but it was hiding in this basket. And it is the Friends Extra Fine Merino. And I haven't worked much with this yarn, but it is really, really soft and really like nice feeling. It's 100% wool, and it is the color 50, which they never put their color names, which is just weird. Like, put the color names on so we know what it is. But that is a light pink as well. Another light pink. And this one is a pink base, but has a lot of speckles on it, but I wanted to show it anyway. And it is from the Fuzzy Peach Fibers. And it is the color Boho Bouquet. And it's super cute, super fun. It's like a purpley pink. And I really like that one as well. And my last thing in this basket is this bright hot pink little mini skein. And this is from Ruby and Roses. It came in a sock set. And I think this is called like Pink Pop or something along those lines. Super fun, and I love this color. Last but not least, I do have a little giveaway. I'm giving away this pink sock set. It is from Woolberry Fiber Co. from her Downton Abbey collection a couple of years ago, and it is this really pretty pink with like the tiniest bit of speckling here. And this brown mini, it's her Anna and Mr. Bates colorway. If you're interested in entering this giveaway, just comment down below what skein of yarn was your favorite that I mentioned today and be entered into a chance to win this skein of yarn. And this giveaway is open to the US only. Thank you for your continued support of this channel, and I am so excited for one of you to win this special skein of yarn. And thank you for watching this yarn stash tour of all of my pink yarns. And I hope you have a good Valentine's Day or whatever day you are watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you want to see more content like this and other things on my channel. You can find me at MCC Designs on all social media platforms, and I will see you next time.